if like they could see your fears. So it
I guess
it would be more of a twist.
I guess if they
nobody was seeing the right thing.
Right. I guess if it is kind of interesting that they only kept your delusions to you. Everybody was seeing delusions, but it was something related to their personal fear. Now, in theory, that concept is pretty fucking cool. If you got if this film actually had a budget and they could hire good actors to pull this off, it could be kind of like a mind fuck, like a Inception or a Shutter Island type of mind fuck movie.
Yeah,
with good actors and shit, but low budget. We cannot pull it off with this equipment.
Oh God, I hate when that happens. Like you got a good idea.
Yeah.
But you have nobody to execute it very well.
So my award for this could be awesome, but it's not, goes to Black Mold.
You know what's not awesome?
What's not awesome?
36.
Number 36. Well, what's your 36 there, bud?
The Boogeyman.
Oh, my God. My 36 is The Boogeyman, too. So we can actually talk about it.
Man,
average, like average. Not in. I enjoy this. It's more of, God damn, this is predictable, boring.
Yeah,
it's not a bad movie. It's
talking about people that just wouldn't make those stupid decisions. Like, I understand when people watch horror movies, like, well, I wouldn't run in the woods. But when they portray it on the screen, that just seems like the logical sense, and, right. It doesn't seem stupid. Lighting your house full of candles in 2023, because this takes place in modern times. Like, I get it, but you also had, like, lights hooked up and on, too. It made no fucking sense. Not to mention, everybody has a goddamn light on their phone.
Yeah.
Every phone has a light in 2023, unless you magically somehow have a fucking flip phone in 2023.
And if you do have a flip phone, chances are you're over the age of 55.
Yeah, you've got to be like 80 and below.
Yeah, I mean, you don't care nothing about YouTube or, watching people fucking on my phone.
What is a YouTube? Anyway, this movie made stupid decisions for some, like, very stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Like, the Boogeyman would come in the dark, for the people that he wanted to, which was the crazy woman's family and everything. The side people that they go to talk to.
Yeah.
But she lures the kids there to get the Boogeyman, but the Boogeyman has already been there. What?
Yeah, it's kind of one of these things where I'm going to lure you to my house to draw out this Boogeyman so I can kill him. But the Boogeyman can come out in your house anytime he wants to.
And he still does.
Like, how much of a dumb shit do you have to be? Like, I'm gonna set you up to come to my house to draw out this thing, and I still get killed. But the shit kicker is I could probably get killed any time, even without you. It's one thing to have movies, like, you hear this term all the time, like dumb horror movies, unsophisticated horror movies. It's one thing to have dumb characters playing dumb characters, but when every single member of your movie is making dumb fucking decisions, that's when you know the difference in a great slasher movie that has dumb characters and a dumb fucking movie that has dumb characters.
Yeah, not to mention the Boogeyman looked like Roach Bane.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was, we demand... Listen, you guys know how we feel about CGI, but if you're going to do it, you best put your best fucking effort forward. especially in 2023, I should not fucking be complaining about your horrible CGI.
Especially if it's a theatrical release.
Especially if it's going to the movies and you're trying to convince me to spend money on this.
I would rather the extra money go into the finished product than go to something.
Honestly, what I would like to happen is the guy that made It 2017 and the sequel to it, just acquire all the rights to future Stephen King projects. So,
it was more disappointing for me because I was like, oh man, this could be like the breakout movie of the year. Wrong, so fucking wrong, and it's boring.
And you know what? It is one of those things where you're like, okay, it's called The Boogeyman. That's fucking generic, right?
Yeah.
And the movie matches it as well. You know, it was not one of these things like, look, okay, it's called The Boogeyman. I know that's typical and that's blah, 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 but this is a really fucking good movie. Nope. It is. This movie is as typical and bad as its title.
Yep. At least in the 2000s Boogeyman, we had the infamous scene with the crow.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like, you go back and watch that movie, it's a lot of, like, funny, like, it's so bad it's funny.
Yeah, and it pulled it off. I actually think that movie's a hell of a lot better, and that movie's not that great, but it's pulled off better. At least it was creepy. At least it was, like, you know, in the closet, and it actually went off of the, you know, folklore of what the Boogeyman would be. This movie did not, or maybe it did. I guess the only thing that it would take from what would be considered related to the Boogeyman is what, the dark, maybe. That's it.
I guess, yeah.
It's not like getting under the covers or, hey, my closet door open, or can you check under my bed? It's kind of nothing that, I mean, you had that one little light ball, right, that flies under, and that.
Yeah.
When you see that in a trailer, that's the best scene in the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, Boogeyman is, we're not boogieing to the Boogeyman.
No, not at all. But boogieing on to number 35.
Number 35.
Staying alive. For me, it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
God damn you. I got Winnie the Blue, Blood and Honey at 35.
Winnie the Blue.
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay,
first of all, right off the bat, I know you hate this movie, and I want to state that I don't hate this movie as much as you.
Okay, well, let me reiterate something that me and Todd kind of like talked about where we thought we would have certain things on the list, and then I sat down and finally did my list and actually thought about it. So it's just funny and ironic that some of these are coming in at the same time. Now, getting back to the Pooh, I went back and rewatched Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Because you told me to.
Well,
you told me to give it another shot.
Yeah, I told you that it finally came to a streaming service
because I saw it in theaters.
You paid money to see this.
I paid money.
Right off the bat, let me say that I understand why you would hate this movie more because you paid money to see it.
Yes.
I did not. I saw this when it hit the streaming, so I could sit back, relax, pause it when I had to, and all this, which honestly kind of made the experience probably a little bit better. But to your point, if I was with you that night in the theaters and I watched this, I probably would have walked out looking at you going, God damn.
Yeah. So there, okay, you know how you talked about missed opportunity of the year?
Yeah.
This one is mine. This could have been a horror comedy-esque
classic.
And
I think the
potential was so there.
I think I can guess what would have made this movie better. And I think you might be on board with it too.
Probably.
I think that if it was just guys in a mask and these creatures were not real.
I think that would have been my twist.
I think that if they would have stuck to a classic slasher, and the message at the end of the movie is, hey guys, Winnie the Pooh and these characters are not really evil. These guys are evil that are using something so innocent to make it evil.
That's one way. I dig that one. Me personally, I could have done The Mask, but I would have done the twist that they are men behind the mask. Like,
right.
What Christopher Robin sees is not reality.
Yeah, like somehow at the end of the movie, you find out he's the one fucked up in the head.
Right. That would have been my twist. Now, that's one way I would have went about this. Now, if you want to keep it with the costumes and everything, fine. I'm cool with that. The costumes didn't look bad in this movie. Let me just say that.
And you know what? Some of them looked bad, but they looked bad on purpose to where you looked at them and you had a uncomfortable feeling looking at them, which was a good thing. It's like, obviously that's a man in a mask. And then you find out, no, it's not a man in a mask, which kind of makes it a little bit more creepy.
Yes. But
but not good, but not better.
Good.
Yeah.
With this, you should have went like fucking full throttle, over the top comedy.
Yeah.
Like you should.
It should have been self-aware.
Yeah. It should have been like, oh bother. Like
yeah.
Like as soon as you fucking kill somebody and got like blood on his red shirt, oh bother.
And
some stupid shit like that.
Another problem that I had with it was its inconsistency on the actual killers. Like, they went after people full-blown, busting nuts. And then other people, it was like, oh, we got to slow it down and make it more suspenseful. Like, it wasn't a constant thing. Like, normally, the first kill in a movie, you would kind of knock that out of the way, like get that kind of atmosphere, and then the rest of the cast, soon as they meet these killers, should have been just like that. But it was inconsistent. It was like they were constantly trying to add layer upon layer to these characters when we only have 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, can we just kill a bunch of motherfuckers? Do we really have to be reminded that these characters are supernatural? Do we really have to have a stalking scene in the last 10 minutes? Why can't we just have a balls to the wall? Okay, we've already found out about these characters. Let's go batshit crazy chaos.
Yeah, that's what it should have been. Like the whole the movie should have been like, okay, they were fine when they, Christopher Robin abandoned them. Okay, I dig it. That's fine. Cool. But when he came back and then he the shit went down and he realized these aren't my friends anymore, that's when it should have been nothing but chase until the end. Like a group of friends, like you could be like, his group of friends he brought back home, and then he wanted to go get like a little trinket or something from his clubhouse and check on his friends because he hasn't seen them in a while. And, he's telling the story to his friends and they're thinking he's crazy. And then they get there and then boom, chase scene. And then, hiding in the woods. And then all of a sudden, a girl looks up. Oh, can I bother you for some honey? It writes itself. It fucking writes itself.
Yeah. And
it's just so aggravating because it's like, give me the goddamn budget and script. And I will give you something better.
Yeah. Well, what I came up with is one of these things where in the beginning of the movie, we see Christopher Robin playing with Winnie the Pooh. I wouldn't include any of the other Winnie the Pooh characters, just Winnie the Pooh. So he goes away and then he comes back, not just with his wife or girlfriend, but with a group of people, right? And he tells them, hey, I there's something crazy in these woods. Trust me, I know about this. And they're like, no, you're fucking crazy. We're taking you down here and we're showing you that all of that was in your head. all of that was in your head. There's no poo creature